Hello everyone, and welcome to the Passionate Piscator fishing channel here today in Bath. Just having a little wander. I'm actually down near Oldfield Park in Bath. Having a little wander looking at a few swims, but I think I've chosen the one I'm going to be sitting in today, mostly because of the sun. And it's underneath a bridge. Not the most picturesque, I should say, places to actually fish, but you know, I don't mind them. I haven't been very well recently. For the past couple of weeks I've been suffering quite badly at home, mostly bedridden. I've got myself a little earplug of, of cotton wool because I've had a massive ear infection which has affected my ear, run all the way through into my jaw and in through my teeth, which has been excruciating, and I've been mostly literally just at home just trying to get over it. Which wouldn't be so much of a problem if I didn't have a perforated eardrum in this ear, as well as a perforated eardrum in this ear. I've had a bit of time off work, back to work now, but it's still not good, and I'm still not feeling particularly well. So why are you out fishing at all, Steve, if you're not feeling very well? Well, it's been a good couple of weeks before I've been out, and I've been a bit, you know when you're just like ill and you feel just there, and it's been getting to my my old bonds a little bit. My old mental health has been suffering, and I'm just like, look, even if I come out just for a few hours, it's got to be better than nothing at all, isn't it? There's a lovely little duck down here with a swan. I'll just pass you over to them. Look, got a little swan on the nest down there. I'll do a closer shot in a minute. Just been stood watching him, sat there trying to have a bit of sleep with me nattering away beside him. sorry he's looking at me now like, come on, please let me have a moment's peace, please. But yeah, so I'm gonna stay out of the sun, try and not to get a bit of heat stroke, and just try and catch a few little tiddlers. I've just got maggots and things with me today, maggots, worms and a few pellets, and I think that'll be more than enough just to catch a few little tiddly tiny fish, and just alleviate the pain of just being ill and in bed for ages and feeling rough at work and just feeling rough generally. I could feel just as rough down the bank, and maybe I'll catch a few rough. Hey, fishing pun, great. That's a good start. Anyway, I'm going to head underneath this bridge, set up a rod and see what I can catch. Hopefully no more illness. I'll keep an eye on the old ear. If it gets a bit rubbish, it's not too far back to Bristol, and I could just pop on the train back again. But yeah, it's got to be worth a try. Keep it out of the way of all these joggers, or they'll be telling me off for being in the way. This is where I'm living. I don't ever wanna feel. Let's get going. Okay, so I've just set up. New addition to the Piscator look is glasses, which I should be wearing anyway, but I never have done. But it's incredibly easy now to tie up my rigs. Got a couple of maggots on, feeder, and this time it's a maggot feeder. I don't really tend to use maggot feeders very often. I usually go for ground bait feeders, get a nice bit of smell out. But I've had these maggot feeders in my bag for a long time, unused, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a bit of maggot feedering today. Just fill up the feeder full of maggots. They gradually crawl their way out into the swim, onto the bottom. Perfect. Although I have replaced the maize, which is inside the maggots, with just a little bit of ground bait, just for a tiny bit of smell. Add it to them. There's not a lot of space here underneath the bridge. The ceiling's pretty high, and I thought, oh, I've got plenty of space. But actually, my rod, just about fits underneath it. Anyway, we do a nice gentle lob into sort of the centre to begin with. I think that's where the main flow is. And I'm going to see if that feeder holds bottom. Which it does. That's a good start, isn't it? If my feeder can withstand the main flow of the river in the centre, then it should hold in the quieter areas. So it's bouncing a little bit. That could be a fish, I suppose. But yeah, just a nice easy day today. Keep the lug hole dry, which helped even more by sitting under a bridge. Again, not the most picturesque sort of places to fish, but it's certainly cool, and there'll certainly be a few fish about, I think. Let's see. Here we go, first fish of the session, nice little roach, and just as I was bringing it out the water, a pike went for it, a little jack pike, so he's a lucky little roach. Let's pop you back. Whee! Swim, swim! He'll have you. I think he got away. Good luck, friend, good luck, you'll need it. Okay. Oop. A slightly better rope. Oof, he's on my t-shirt now. Oh, what a mess. There he is. Beautiful. Lovely fish. Slimy. Look at that. Maybe there's a stiffer bream about him. Fish are really coming in now. Whoops. That's right, I got my net there. He's a jumpy. Whoop, very jumpy. Let's hold you a bit tighter. There we go. Dace. Look at that. What a stunning fish. Fantastic. I do love a dace. Nice bit of dace fishing. Fantastic. The old maggots, they're loving them. I'm catching some decent sizes too, which is nice. Excellent. Best thing about using a maggot feeder is it gets the bait right down where you need it. Filling this up full of maggots, it just falls right to the deck, and slowly, as the water starts to move over it, all the maggots will start pouring out and heading off downstream, hopefully right the way down to where your hook bait is. It just means that, I mean, looking out here today, for example, there's tons and tons of small little tiny fry all over the surface. If I was float fishing, I would be casting out, and the time it would take for my bait to get to the bottom, I'd have caught little tiny roach and minnows and bleak and all the little tiny fish on the way down. It just means when I can get this down to the deck as quick as possible, the bait's exactly where I need it, and it's going to pick up a slightly bigger fish, or at least that's the plan. And it seems to be working quite well. They're not as fast and furious as float fishing, but it certainly helps you to get the fish that you're after. The water out there is actually really, really deep. so it would take a long time for a float fish bait to get to the bottom. So just using the maggot feeder I thought would work well today, and it seems to be doing just that. I've also replaced the sawdust and maize you normally get in your maggots with a bit of ground bait, a bit of river ground bait. This smells like sort of hemp seed. It's quite sweet, but it just flavours the maggots up a little bit. And of course a little bit of that ground bait will be getting into the feeder and just dispersing its smell downstream and hopefully drawing in a few fish. Again, just trying to get a bit more attractant out there just to bring them in.
I'm going to catch any fish like that.
No, just wait. So I don't want to hook you, that's all. That's a hell of a fish if I did. There we are. Oh, still got my goggles on. Just lost a hook length. It's a little bit snaggy out there, but I've got a lighter hook length, so that snaps off and I get to keep my feeder. You get that with all sorts of venues, of course, but being under a bridge, you know, shopping trolleys and God knows what else that must live in this stretch of the river. The old ear's not too bad. Trying to keep it dry, still got it plugged up. Not really advisable to go out fishing. That was a bite, by the way, while I'm moving in all of a sudden. But it's come off. And typically it looks like it was probably, you see, barely a roach. They love to chew the maggots up. You can tell if it was a roach when all you get back is maggot skin. But yeah, I've been trying to take care of myself, taking painkillers. I've had a week off of work and a week with work with it, and it still hasn't really abated. And it just got to the point where I was like, I need to go fishing. I just need to get out and work on my health, mental and physical. I'll tell you what, it's me trying to put, I'm not used to them yet, that's what it is. I'm not me trying to put maggots on the hook. I've just took my glasses off. I've been meaning to wear glasses for years and years. Is there any sort of close distance stuff? Close distance? Near distance, I don't know, what's the word? Close in stuff, anyway. But, yeah, basically where I'm at home for reading and watching TV and stuff. Playing computer games. But all of a sudden in my life, I've decided that actually, why don't I bring them fishing with me? Wouldn't that make sense? See what I'm doing now. Anyway, I've been winding the old painkillers in, and again, being underneath this bridge will keep the moisture out if it does rain, which I think it will do later. We've had a few little storms come through. Part of the benefit of being under the bridge fishing troll, you can get to stay out the most of the rain. But yeah, I've really needed to come out. I've been sort of struggling at work and stuck at home. It's not been fun. And this is great. This is absolutely great. You do have to take care of yourself out on the bank, of course, in all sorts of ways. I mean, keeping an eye out for any trouble, any danger. I actually set up a little WhatsApp group with my friend, an everyday angler, Aaron. Just a little thing so we can sort of say, just as we start fishing, hey, guess what? I'm fishing, and this is where I'm fishing. And it just gives you a little location. And then at the end of the day, you've got to remember, of course, to say, hey, I've just finished fishing, and I'm back home, and I'm safe. Because you never know what could happen on the bank. You could fall in, the water could fall out. Ouch. God, I might just keep these glasses on, hadn't I? You know, you could have a blooming heart attack, for crying out loud. And nobody would know where you were if you were fishing on your own. So yeah, I like to just send a little message saying, hey, I'm fishing in Oldfield Park, just off this bridge. I'll let you know when I get back. Just, you know, it's always nice to go, oh, I've caught a few roach, I've caught a few chub, I've caught a few this. Keep an eye on things. And then the other person, if they don't get that message as night falls or what have you, they could be like, hang on a minute, where's the old piscator? Is he alive or dead, or what's going on? Not that an ear infection is going to finish me off, I don't think. Well, certainly not right now anyway. But yeah, just having people know where you are is a good thing. And taking care of yourself on the bank is also good. But as you can see here, a great big smile on my face out fishing. I'm hardly suffering that bad. Although I tell you what, it does cane. Cane? Do people say that anymore? Oh, it canes. To show how old I am. Yeah, it does bloomin' hurt. But I'd rather be doing this than sitting at home feeling sorry for myself. Got work tomorrow. So, yeah, something to look forward to. Oh, not. Oh, that's a little roach. Come on, buddy. Where's it, a roach? Pay attention, Steve. Yeah, little roach. Been getting a few roach, a few dace, a few perch. That's about it, really. Only 3 species. Oh, a little chublet. 4 species. But the chublet didn't quite make his way in. He fell off. I'll tell you what.
Nice fireplace.
Putting glasses on to do this. Tell you what, it's revolutionised my fishing. Being able to actually see what you're doing. Again, it's all part of me just saying, you know, taking care of yourself. I haven't been doing it for years, have I? Never mind. Well, if I wasn't catching so many fish, I wouldn't need to keep them on all the time. But as the fishing is fast and furious, it's all about loading up, getting the bait out in the right spot. Here we are, perfect. Letting it sink, it's pretty deep. I haven't got a line clipper on or anything, I'm just doing a little casual cast, keeping an eye out for people on the bank as they run past doing their jogging and skateboarding and cycling. It's not a long distance cast. It's only just over there, so I'm just picking it out into the spot. It's not too difficult to get it into the same spot every time. And yeah, waiting for bites like that. Yeah, if you want a nice bit of free fishing, come down to Oldfield Park, or anywhere in Bath really. I believe this stretch of the river here is free. Now I know it's free. I wouldn't be fishing here ticketless if I didn't know it was free. You just perch along this lovely river and maybe catch a few perch. Why not? Well, it was stuck in a snag, but it wasn't. Now it's snagged on this beautiful dace. Look at that. What a donkey. Fantastic. Don't mind snagging it to these guys. It's probably back. There we go. Well, thank you. Got into a completely ridiculous situation now where the feeder barely hits the bottom of the river and there's a fish on. To the point where now I'm not even really looking, I'm just counting about 5 seconds and then literally striking. Crazy situation. There we are. Thank you. Stick another maggot on. The other one's a bit chewed up, but it really doesn't matter. Not even filling up the feeder now. I'm just putting like a very small pinch in there. Oh. Getting it tangled in the line. That probably won't even matter. Waiting for people to move it away so I don't hook them. There we go. That's better. There's not even any maggots in that one that time. They'd all landed down there. So you can just pop it on the old, let it settle. Just go like that, not even looking at it. Not even looking at it. Rod tip's over here. Was he looking at you? And that swan over the other side of the river. And I'm in. You in. There we are. Nice dace. Not even gonna bother changing the maggots. Pinch of stuff in the feeder. Fling it out. Let it settle. Out there. Reel down. Rod tip's over there. Not even going to look. What do you reckon? About now? No? About now. Yeah, there we go. See what we got this time. Another little dace. Back in you go. Honestly, I've never known fishing like it. Genuinely insane. today has been without a doubt one of the best roach and dace fishing sessions I've probably ever had. I've never caught so many decent sized roach and decent sized dace before in one sitting. It's slowed down a little bit now. It's getting on to the late afternoon now. There's still plenty of fish out there, but I'm trying not to catch them quite so quickly. There was one point that I was just literally hauling them in. It was absolutely unbelievable. And it was getting a bit frantic, and I was like, no, I need to really slow down and appreciate the fish a bit more. So I've had a little wander up and down the banks and given them a bit of a break, let them disperse a little, then come back again, which you must think is mad, but sometimes that's what I like to do, just to chill out a little bit more. If I was a match fisherman, I'd be in my heaven here, absolute heaven. I could have filled the keep net up by now. But I don't know, I guess I sound like I'm coming towards the end of the day now, even though it's clearly not the end of the day. But if you're a sort of everyday pleasure angler like myself, you'll know exactly this situation. Where you pop to a tackle shop, you buy yourself a couple of pints of maggots, with all intent of using them during the day. And when you go to pack up at the end of the day, you find you've got about a pint and a half left. You only needed about half a pint of maggots to get you through your fishing, the whole day's fishing session. Well, not today, for me. I've near enough emptied out my 2 pints of maggots. I've just got the last little smackerels in there, probably just a few more feeders worth. And when the last maggot has been used, it's time to go home. So I am trying to slow it down a bit to continue my day more than anything. But yeah, I mean, fantastic roach and dace fishing. You really couldn't ask for better. Well, that's me, Piscator pals, done for the day. The last dace has been dashed out of the water, the last roach has been reeled in, and the maggots have well and truly been munched. That's it. That's all she wrote. Fantastic dace and roach fishing here on the Bristol Avon in Bath, not far from Oldfield Park railway station. Had some nice bleak as well, a few little chub, and a few perch just to add to the mix. But what a fantastic day. I cannot complain. I'm as happy as can be. What a wonderful, wonderful river. I will definitely be back again. Thank you very much for watching. Like this video if you've liked it. Subscribe to the Passionate Piscator YouTube channel for more fishy content. And I will see you next time on the bank. Bye.